Hello everyone, welcome back to another X and Y Daily, and some new news just dropped, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into it. Did you see this one coming? Because I didn't. I really didn't see this coming from fucking 3 countries away. We have a second Mega Charizard. That's right, it's the same thing as they did with Mega Mewtwo, where they have the X form and the Y form. This is Mega Charizard X, which I am very happy about, because as I've told you people, I am in fact getting the X version of the game, meaning that I will have access to Mega Mewtwo X, which I didn't really like, Xerneas, and now obviously this guy. Holy shit. So this news was unveiled during the airing of the new Pokemon Origins anime in Japan. They said they were going to have some news on some new stuff, and they basically showed this trailer, I believe, or I'm not showing you the trailer, but you can go look it up. It's on the internet in places, where they showed both Mega Charizard X and Y transforming in the middle of sky battles, and it's nuts. It's a pretty cool thing. Now, I have to be completely honest when I say that Mega Charizard Y really just pales in comparison to this guy. Not only in terms of the fact that it doesn't look as cool, because I'm going to talk about that in a second, but also mechanically I feel like there's going to be a vast difference between the two. But first of all, obviously, let's talk about its look. It is basically shiny Charizard. That's essentially what it is, which is really damn awesome. But this design basically takes the concept of shiny Charizard being basically a color palette swap from red to black, from orange to black, sorry, and then just does a whole lot more with it. It has the flaming tendrils coming out of the side of its mouth, very reminiscent of Mega Blaziken, which we talked about, and something that I really like. I definitely like having those little additions that aren't necessarily part of the Pokemon, but are just kind of elemental things like the fire wrapping around. And then obviously the wings are different. They're much more feathered, seems much more bird-like in structure, and of course you have these giant spikes on its shoulders, which are just really intimidating and make this thing look even more scary than the original form did. Needless to say, I fucking love this thing. The design is so awesome. Oh my god, it's totally great. The fire coming out of its mouth and on its tail is blue, which is even more intimidating because, as most people know, blue fire is like a lot hotter than your standard normal fiery ready stuff is, so it's dangerous. It's the danger, and he will be the one who knocks, I tell you that much. Holy crap. So it looks great, and that's fantastic, but let's talk about the much more interesting stuff, funnily enough, which is the mechanics and the changes that are taking place within Mega Charizard X. The first one, straight off the bat, something that people have been clamoring for and were surprised that it didn't happen in the previous Mega Charizard reveal. It is now part dragon, which is very cool, and it's rather interesting because, as you can see, it's also part fire. Now, it has the wings, but there is no flying in its typing, nor does it have access to levitate, which is really kind of strange, especially seeing as in the trailer it was taking part in a sky battle. Obviously, it's allowed to be in the sky battle because Charizard, the original Charizard, is part flying, and so it can enter into that form of combat and then obviously transform into Mega Charizard X while it is still in the battle. Even though it's still flying, it uses its wings, so it's a strange one, certainly. But talking about the typing in general, Dragon's great for Charizard, and Fire Dragon, as we've seen in the form of Reshiram, is fucking potent. That stab is really nice. You know, Reshiram is aided by the fact that it has a great ability to pair with it, seeing as it can hit things, basically every single thing in the game for neutral, at least, which is pretty fucking fantastic. The unfortunate thing about Charizard X, Mega X Charizard guy, is that he can now be hit by ground moves, which doesn't make a lot of sense either, because as I've mentioned, the fucking feathery bird wings, yeah, because his ability isn't levitate. His ability is a different ability, a brand new one, and this new ability is called Tough Claws. So basically, let's think of it like this. Ferrothorn has iron barbs, and basically whenever Ferrothorn gets hit by a physical contact move, the opposing Pokemon is going to be taking some recoil damage from the iron barbs. It just basically spikes into them and hurts them. this is kind of the reverse. What Tough Claws does is it adds a attack bonus. We don't know how much or the percentage is going to be, but it increases the power of any physical contact move. So, I know Fire Punch, for example. If you hit something with Fire Punch, that's going to get the boost. But if you hit something with, let's say, Earthquake, that won't occur because similar to Ferrothorn, you're not going to take recoil if you're using Earthquake on it. Similarly here, if you use Earthquake, you're not going to get the boost from that because there's no physical contact involved. Now, this is actually going to come in pretty handy for this Pokemon, seeing as obviously it's a Mega Form, so it cannot carry any item apart from the stone, which, you know, basically transforms it. And so it's kind of compensating for lack of Life Orb with this ability. You can think of stuff like Flare Blitz, for example, which is going to be a physical contact move, and with that increased power, basically probably around Life Orb, you know, boost that you're going to get. Fantastic. Really something that helps the thing out in general. Not that it needs much of that, because it's going to have huge stats as well. Its increased attack stat will certainly help in that regard, and it is basically going to move from 84 up to whatever the hell they decide to put it at. You know, it could be ridiculous. Could be absolutely nuts. Anyway, conclusion on Mega Charizard X is that it looks fucking great. It sounds like mechanically it's going to turn out pretty awesome as well, and I am super excited to be using one of these. Oh my god. Now, I'm not going to move on and finish the video, wrap it up just yet, because I want to talk about the fact that now we have Mega Mewtwo X and Y, and now we have Mega Charizard X and Y. Inevitably, all of the Kanto starters are going to receive the same treatment, so there will be Mega Venusaur and Mega Blastoise forms coming in the future. They will be revealed pretty soon, I guess. At some point they have to be, because the game's out in fucking 10 days, so somewhere they will leak or someone will reveal them. It'll happen. I want to ask you guys, what do you want from Mega Blastoise and Mega Venusaur? Do you want type changes? Do you want new abilities? What would be some bonuses, some differences that you would like to see in the alternate Mega Evolutions of those guys? Because we already have one Mega Evolution of both of them. Blastoise already has a new ability, but anything from like the current legacy abilities that exist that you'd like to put on it, let me know in the comments below. I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts. And I don't know, I honestly don't know whether this means that they're going to do X and Y forms for every Mega Evolution, because that would be pretty nuts. Pretty freaking insane, and I'm not sure if I can handle all of it, but I will try. And that's the best you can ask for, really. Anyway, that is going to wrap us up here for today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, and if you are super excited for Mega Charizard X, leave a like down below to show that love. If you want to check me out on the social medias, you can go to Twitter @LordMBZ, Facebook.com/LordMBZ, and all those good things will happen when you read what I write. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow, where I'll probably take a look at his counterpart in Mega Charizard Y, and we'll talk a bit about the differences and all that good stuff. But until then, thank you for watching. Goodbye.